Cool. So let's start this space. For anybody who's not aware, we have a YouTube page now. Bogger, what is the tag for that?
It's ACY Capital. Again, we don't have the URL set up yet. You need more subscribers, so hopefully you guys, if you join in, you can go find it. It's All Coins Yield Capital on YouTube, ACYC, and that has all of the previous spaces except for the last one and number 5. We're just getting that back from Twitter now, and we'll have those shipped up soon. And this spaces will be up there too. Um, yeah, so that's All Coins Yield Capital.
Cool. And like any standard YouTube video, the titles kind of tell you exactly what the gist of this space was about, and there's also timestamps to let you know like what you can skip through to hear a little bit more in depth on what was talked about. Because some of it's repeat, but most of it is not. So that's exciting. If you go to our ACY Capital YouTube page and hit like and subscribe, or just fucking subscribe, that'd be great. Because we'd like to have a URL. Cool. So let's get into. You can still hear me, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear
Cool.
you.
Cool. So let's get into the gist of everything. If anybody's been following our website acy.capital, you'll notice the treasury balance looks a little funny. You'll see it ran up from like nothing all the way to 3 million and then down to about a million now. That was due to a discrepancy of our ACYC holdings. So if anybody was following along, we got sent about 1.8 mil of ACYC, and it made our treasury chart look insane. It took our treasury balance from about a mil to 1 point into about 3 mil. And recently, you'll just see it keeps going down and down and down. We are doing a reflection event over, I think, about 6 more days or something until the new year. We're reflecting a total of $300,000 worth of ACYC. Thus far, we've reflected about 100K of it, 100K of the 300K of ACYC. And every time we send out ACYC from that reflection, or every time we do an ACYC reflection bomb, it takes down the treasury balance. So what we've done is we've removed all the ACYC from the treasury, so you'll no longer see. It does look like it went down quite a bit, but in the future it will look more accurate, because to date ACYC has not incurred any net losses at all. We are in the profit. We are not losing money. We are generating money. And so we hope to have that fixed, because it does look like ACYC has drained about 2 mil in the last couple of weeks from that chart, but that's inaccurate. And as well, currently our farming wallets do not appear on the treasury balance. So it shows we have about a mil, but as far as I know, we have about 5 or 600K more currently deployed in farming. It could be a little bit more than that. So once we get that added to the dashboard, our treasury balance should be a little bit more accurate, but still, it's nowhere near. It's not showing anywhere near what our actual balance is at. And then right now, our website is being redesigned. If you do check into our website all the time, then you'll notice some changes have been made. We are currently pushing out some redesigning to our website. A lot of stuff will become visually more appealing and make more sense. And we'd like to, like we always talk about transparency, we're going to show exactly, the balance on different wallets, except for PANs as always. And so the website is being redesigned currently by Nathan. I think that's it for our website. Is there anything I missed on the website or the YouTube?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so we also have updated the frequently asked questions both on the website and in our Discord server as well, just to be more accurate with the current information and provide a little more insight and clarity into things. We've updated our original Medium article as well, with just a little more information about manual reflections versus volume-based reflections. Because I feel like that's something, again, I always like to touch on. We're the only protocol that has the ability to manually reflect tokens, which is pretty amazing, because other protocols return profits from their treasury investments in the ways that they do, but we can actually do it directly. We can take tokens and give them back. And as Nate said, that's been reflected in the treasury balance. You'll see it went down because we pulled out that 300K, and it also isn't tracking our stake positions. We announced the other day we've been staking ohm. I think we have like $150,000 of ohm staked, and that's not displayed in the treasury, as well as a few other positions. So we're working on that, the treasury and accuracy, absolutely. But those are the big ones, and the updated FAQ is definitely nice for anyone coming in or sharing ACYC with new people. So yeah, keep your eye out for more updates on the site. There are also absolutely visual changes, trying to prioritize the functional changes, of course, too. Getting all of our treasury reflections to holders showing up. So yeah, and we're also looking to expand our web team. So we've brought on a designer. We're looking at bringing on new devs as well for the back end, because we want to be pushing these updates out quicker, and for you guys, of course. Our heads are always down, doing the yield, doing the back end of this, but getting that front end sorted for optics, especially when bringing new people in, is absolutely a priority as well.
Cool. Yeah. So that's beautiful. Moving on to Dione. Dione is so for those, I'll just give a quick rundown. We have three different algorithms or protocols going on right now. The first is Pan. Pan is an algorithm that we created that snipes or buys newly listed projects or newly created projects on Uniswap. In the future, we do plan to try to bridge over to Binance Smart Chain and do the same. But what Pan does is make sure that if something's listed or created on Uniswap, can it be sold? Is it a honeypot? What are the chances that it's a scam? I won't say all the other inputs that Pan sifts through, but Pan basically for us turns pennies into dollars. So Pan will put a little bit into something and sell when it 10 to 100, 500x's. I think the largest return we've gotten so far from Pan is about a 800x. We got an 800x in like 4 hours. Won't mention the profits or anything like that, but that's Pan. Then we have Dione. Dione is it's part algorithm, part trader. So Dione follows trending tokens, or tokens that are trending up. So everyone's heard of SOS. That is something that Dione would look at. And what Dione would do is if SOS dips in like 30% in an hour, it'd make a purchase. If SOS dipped 50% in an hour, it'd make a purchase. If it dipped 50% in 2 hours, it'd make a purchase. And it's designed to accumulate trending tokens that are on huge dips in short time frames. Because for most of us, if anybody's ever tried their hand at trading, you'll notice, you have a life outside of trading. And so you could be at dinner and something could dip. You could be asleep and something could dip. And Dione is just there to track these trending tokens and buy the dips and sell the rips. Buy the dip, sell the rip, buy low, sell high. So Dione is doing amazing for us. Dione's up something like 20% in the last week, and there's about 70 Ethereum in that wallet. So if we were to equate that on like a yearly APY, that's in the thousands of percents. So we're talking hundreds of X's. But obviously it's a little bit out of range, but we do expect ginormous returns compounding in the Dione wallet. On the other hand, Dione is operated as well currently by myself. I don't operate it all the time. I let it run its course. I let it make its mistakes and things of that nature. But if you notice in our Dione portion of our website, Dione's made some purchases that weren't tokens that, fell really quickly. I mentioned this in our public Discord. I mean, I've been trading for a long time, years and years and years, and I can always smell a meme season coming around, a meme coin season. And so a few days ago, opened some position in meme coins that I think are going to bust in the best way possible. And I even mentioned it in our last space. I think I said Satyama, Floki, Good Morning, all of these types of meme coins. I don't know if I mentioned Elon, but since then, all of those are up about 30 to 60%. And we're still holding. Dione is still holding in the wallet. There's no reason to sell. We're in the profit. And as far as I can tell from the charts, we're just getting started. So yeah, and currently Dione played a couple of the SOS dips and brought in about six or seven Ethereum in the last 24 hours. Nothing crazy. We're still working on the inputs and outputs, but it's performing well without having to have any manual inputs. So that's going well as well. Um, so that's Dione, and then we have Titan. Titan uh, is our yield farming wallet as well. It's not an algorithm at the moment. We have two manual operators, Uncle Pennybags and Alpha. Uncle Pennybags is farming some, low risk, medium reward tokens for us. He's doing great. We will share his results in a Medium article in the coming future. Um, Sweet. So yeah, just wanted to touch on the Dione purchases because a lot of people have noticed that Dione is buying and holding, and Dione is as well buying stuff that dips and selling on the rip. So it's doing as functioned or as programmed. We had just done some manual buying as well. Uh, Sweet.
Yeah, and I will add, as far as Titan and our farming protocols go, we are looking to implement that into the dashboard. The reason it's taken longer is, some of the protocols aren't supported by regular wallet trackers, so it's kind of hard to, they're new DeFi protocols. Um, so we're going to be getting that online, be it via hard coding or, creating a good covalent wrapper to get that going. But it's just been, it's a kind of a trouble in the back end to track that. But we are also going to be doing a medium with our general, farming strategies, farming positions, and that'll be a nice detailed look at what's going on behind the scenes. Because I know a lot of you guys have been asking for things of that nature, and we just want to assure you it's absolutely coming. Repeat again, in January, we're going to be doing aggregated performance reports for all of what's going on, be it Pan, be it Dione, be it Titan. So we have that to look forward to as well. But before then, yeah, we are looking to push out as much as we can to get the Treasury nav reflective of what's going on, as well as provide insights into what's happening on the farming side of things.
Cool. Yes. And then back to the Dion thing, I believe we'll be moving the manual purchases out of the wallet at some point. Once we have our website a little bit more transparent, we'll keep Dion to being the dip buying algorithm, and we'll make another wallet for some things that we're buying and holding. And then as well, like you know, don't try to. I mean, you can try to copy trade Dion. You probably would have made a bunch of money over the last few days, but for the most part, unless you know exactly what you're doing, I wouldn't try to copy trade Dion. I wouldn't try to copy trade anything that we do. We know what we're doing, and we have risk to reward set up. Uh, and sometimes when Dion makes a first purchase and it goes down a little bit, it's already coded in to buy that dip again. It's buying at supports and selling at resistances, buying dips and selling rips. So you can try to copy trade, but just be prepared to eat some losses. The whole game is to win big, lose small. Um, okay, going into the rest of this year and the new year. So for the rest of this year, our main goals are to have our website, look amazing and function amazing. So we want everything to, once you get to the dashboard and you open our app, we want you to see how we're performing on an aggregated basis. So we want to show you daily, weekly profit losses. And right now you can see that there's a percentage option, but it doesn't actually have any percents at the moment for daily performances. We're going to try to have that done by the end of the year, just so going into the next new year, uh, everything can run super smooth and we can just focus on trading, onboarding, tweaking our algorithms even more, and our NFT collection. For those not aware, our community is creating an NFT collection. Fruitcake, a community member, is putting together some amazing Patrick Stars, or otherwise known as Pat Nuts, and it's going to be called the Reflection Collection. He's just the artist. Another community member is running everything, and as far as the mint price and all that goes, whatever is minted, so anything spent on this collection, as far as people buying the mint, all of that will be sent to the ACYC Treasury. to be used for farming and medium to long-term holds. And any of the secondary sales will be used to buy ACYC tokens off the market. So any secondary, fees incurred will be used to buy ACYC from the market, and anything taken in from the mint will be used to fund the treasury even more. There won't be like direct utility, but there will be benefits of buying and having one of these NFTs. I can't speak any more on that, but just know that it won't just be an NFT, even though the NFT itself will be beautiful and something worth showing off. There will be more involved to incentivize buying, holding, and having it. Really don't want to mention anything else. Our community is giving each other great ideas that us advisors will likely fund to help. So that's super exciting. If I were to shout out a date, I would love for it to be February 2nd, because it'd be 2/2/22, and that is a ginormous reflection. So if there were to be any soft release date, it would be 2/2/22 of next year. So February 2nd, 2022. I just think that's the best reflection date. And I think Fruitcake could put together some amazing one-of-ones and make trades by then. So that's exciting to look forward to. We're still looking for an advisor farmer. What the advisor farmer would do is somebody who's extremely, extremely, extremely seasoned in farming, DeFi protocols, yield farming, stablecoin farming, that can mentor and just lead our farmers in the right direction. Right now, like Penny Bags and Alpha are great farmers; they're amazing. But they're you can only learn so much in a year or two. But if you're a master and you can help onboard more people, because at the end of the day, if Penny Bags has a family event, or if Alpha, has to take a day off, like we can't just have one or two people farming. We need a team of farmers. And so we got lucky that these two people are amazing at farming. I'm sure we could find other amazing farmers. But the end goal is to, never be reliant on one person or never be reliant on a couple people. And so we would like to, so we're still on the search for a master farmer advisor. And we're not going to rush this at all. We're not going to onboard somebody who's been just doing it a year or two, or somebody who doesn't have millions of dollars of profit to show, because, you'd never want to be trained by somebody that doesn't have proof of success. Another exciting thing to think about too, I mentioned that we're, banking on meme season. Banking on meme season, but if meme season doesn't come around, that's fine. There's always a bull market somewhere. And our entries so far are so low that we're in the profit and we can hold and sit and wait and look. But I know a lot of people have mentioned that they'd like to see us, get in with NFTs. And currently looking at the market and doing an evaluation, it really does look like, I don't mean to call it early, but it looks like the NFT bull season, is in play. Will we see any more blood before then? I don't really know. To me, it looks like we're pretty much like hugging the bottom. So our Treasury has made its first NFT purchases. We purchased 7 Wolfgang sheeps at 0.25 Ethereum each. They're at like 0.4 now, so they're already up a little bit more than 60%. But we made our first sheep purchases for Wolfgang because we plan to stake them when the time comes to yield wool or breed. I just thought that'd be kind of fun. It looked like it was at the exact bottom, and we thought it'd be a good place to start, especially with our upcoming NFT collection. So are we looking at NFTs? Yes, we are looking at NFTs. Are we going to allocate a ton of our treasury to NFTs? No, we are not. But are we going to purchase stuff that looks like a clear buy? Absolutely. Because the meme bull isn't here, then there has to be a bull somewhere else. And if it's not the meme season, then I believe it'll be the NFT season. So we are keeping our eyes peeled, and we are scooping whatever looks like it has completely bottomed out and ready to make a rebound. I'm not going to name drop any collections that we're looking at, but we are looking at NFTs, yes. And that's kind of like the whole ethos of our entire project is all coins yield capital, even ERC coins, NFTs yield capital. If anybody's aware of cyberkongs, generate bananas, and bananas can be sold for capital. So we are looking at NFTs, but it's not our main purpose. It's just something that we have our eye on in case that is actually the move. But at the end of the day, we would like to get our treasury to $100 million and focus mainly on yield farming. That's, in our opinion, the only way to get consistent returns on that amount of capital. Because if we are yield farming 0.5% a day, which is half of 1% a day, we have a $100 million treasury. That's 500K a day. And if you look at our tokenomics, we will be buying back tokens with half of our yield farming profits. So if we yield 500K a day, we will buy back 250K coins and reflect them out to community. Until then, though, in the short term, we're not looking, that far out at the moment. $100 million sounds a little creepy if I mention to you right now, but we'll touch back on that quarter two. By the end of quarter one, though, and trying to make it as transparent as possible, we will have $10 million in our treasury. That is our goal by the end of quarter one of 2020. And that would be April. So we have about 4 months to turn our treasury from about 1.8 to 2 mil all the way to 10 mil. Completely doable. If anybody has seen like this SOS, craze recently, a lot of people could have turned 1 mil into 10 mil. So it's nothing crazy to think about. But at the time, we were not focused so heavily on entering that, but we are playing the dips and the flips. But yeah, so into quarter one, $10 million treasury. And if this super cycle is going to last, which personally, I don't see why I wouldn't. Originally, I thought it'd be about March of next year, be the end, but I think that's not accurate anymore. I think we're looking more towards the end of the year. So definitely aiming towards the $100 million treasury by the end of 2022. Once again, not insane to think about. Easily doable with some, patience. Patience is what will be needed, and I believe that our advisory team and people working in tandem with us know exactly how to 10x 10 mil. Not an issue. And then that's really when the fun begins. Everything before then is kind of just community building, team building, and showing like what we say is going to happen. Because when that time comes that we have $100 million treasury and we're buying back 250K tokens a day, expect us to be at a $5 billion market cap, and everyone who bought and held now to be extremely happy people, generational wealth, telling their friends around the Christmas table next year that they never have to work again. That's kind of the goal for the people investing in us. Cool. To build on top of that as well.
Yeah. Well, I was going to build on Nate's NFT talk as well, and just say like our whole principle is risk adjusted trading strategies, and NFTs are absolutely fit into that. And having a diverse portfolio makes us more resilient in all market conditions. So as many of you know, if you've been in the market, sometimes when tokens are doing well, NFTs do poorly, or vice versa. But a portfolio that's properly allocated across all of those markets obviously is going to be more resilient and be able to yield throughout all of it. So that's sort of the motivation with those moves. And the same thing with some of the manual trading that's happening. We're leveraging, our intelligent advisors with lots of trading experience to take the lead sometimes and open positions on things that we feel very confident will be profitable. And again, it's all just going back to the idea of having many yielding strategies across the board and having a diverse and resilient portfolio. So yeah, we're excited about the NFTs too. As Nate said, there's a bull somewhere in every market. And so we plan to be riding those waves as well. Absolutely.
Cool. Yeah. And then also, like we've always talked about, we're going to be the token thriving in a bear market when, shit's bottomed out and everyone's down 90% and they're wondering what to do with themselves. We're going to be those people buying the dips. We're going to be those people selling rips. Because if any here is from NFTs, I'm sure that you've noticed that many of your favorite collections are down 50 to 90%. Some are even down more. And to this date, I could have set up a DAO. Anybody could have set up a DAO. The people setting up DAOs at the top of the NFT cycle, where so you kind of show, not you showed, but like the people who set up the DAOs showed their hand. They showed that they really have no judgment. They really don't know what they're doing at all. Setting up a DAO at the peak of NFT season was probably some of the most things I've ever seen. Uh, and we're not setting up a DAO, but we're at NFTs now. So if NFTs are down 50 to 90%, and Nate is here telling you, hey, we have some funds that we, got from our community, and we're looking to buy the dip. This will be the same thing that's going to happen in the next crypto bull. We're not going to buy and hold on the way down. We're not going to try to raise money in case we spend it all and we need to buy more. We need more money to buy the dip. We are going to buy. We're going to sell. We're going to buy. We're going to sell. The bottom's going to be here. And we're going to sit on our hands until they're numb, and then we're going to accumulate over a year or two or three before the next market. And when the next bull market comes around and we're sitting on Ethereum, Bitcoin, whatever else is the next, Solana, our treasury is going to be freaking ginormous. We're talking billions at that point. And Doge will be, $200 billion, will be $50 billion. Bitcoin will be 5 trillion. Will be the DAO, will be not the DAO, will be the fund that did it right, played it right, didn't get emotional and planned for everything. Because, nobody wants to spend when they're down. So if, that's why we're not having DAOs show up in NFTs right now. Nobody's creating an NFT DAO right now because everybody has lost so much or not lost, but they're down so much. They're like, why would I spend more?
We lost Nate. But yeah, as he's saying, a lot of people are trepidatious in these markets, and having confidence in the face of that, and building a portfolio here is absolutely a smart move in our opinion.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah,
All
I
right,
hear
cool.
you now.
Sorry, someone called me and it threw me off. Yeah, so, we are, shit, sorry. Somebody called me and it really just threw it all off. Basically just saying that you're dealing with the smart money here. Uh, any money spent will be used to buy more. And in a crypto bear market, or even this NFT bear market, uh, nobody else is going to be able to raise money because nobody else will have money, and we'll be the people with money because we know how to implement risk adjusted trade strategies. We know how to not get emotional, and we know how to pivot from the plan if we need to or if it's necessary. That's why you'll never see our treasury dip to what it looks like it is right now on the dashboard. Honestly, up only. And if anyone tells you that a bear market is bearish, it's not. It's bullish. The chart goes up, the chart goes down. If you short while the chart's going down, that's the same exact thing as the chart going up and you hold. So if you short stuff while the chart's going down, you make just as much money as when it goes up. So bear markets are bull too, or on the way down to the bear market, that's bullish as well. There's money being made everywhere, and we're trying to do something that personally I've looked around at, not our competitors, but the other people who are sharing the space with us, and I don't know if anybody else has put together the puzzle pieces. Farming as a service is beautiful. That's what we plan to do with $100 million. But getting to $100 million is going to be the part that takes ingenuity. It takes, knowing what you're doing and actually making millions of dollars beforehand. We have some people who are sharing the space with us that, they're just focused on farming, which is fine. If you want to turn 60 ETH into 70 ETH in a week, that's fine. But you're not going to be projected to have millions of dollars in the next year with that type of return. Same thing if you turn 100 ETH into 110 ETH. Like, yes, you've made 10 ETH in the last couple of weeks, but that's not going to get you where you need to go. Oh, you had a bunch of money and you didn't invest in SOS and quadruple it. Oh, interesting. So yeah, like I said, like we are going to end goal mainly focus on farming as a service, but until then, everything's fair game. Everything is on the table to make the millions of dollars we need to get to that point where we can just sit back, farm, and you know, look at the grand scheme, look at the macro, not the micro. Look at everything from a step back instead of staring through the car windshield as you go. So yeah, super excited. Have been thinking so much recently on all the ways that we're gonna make this happen. Because it's kind of like I'm always inspired by cyberkongs. One of the best things I ever heard from Coco Bear, which is like one of the cyberkongs, angels. Visionary behind the project, big supporter, huge advisor, counsel. I asked him why he was so, uh, why he cared so much about cyberkongs, or what was his drive. And he said he wanted to show everyone what NFTs could be. Same thing here with ACYC. Nate, Bulger, why do you guys trying this? Why is ACYC exist? Because we want to show everyone what decentralized finance and a giant DeFi fund can do. We want to be on Yahoo's front page, DeFi group or DeFi degens.
We lost Nate again. But as he's saying, yeah, our goal is to show you the power of of a risk adjusted portfolio. And while we do keep some things close to the breast in the meantime about how Pan, operates or gains, it's all in the interest of maximizing our yields and maximizing our returns in the long run. So it's flipping pennies to dollars now and farming, consistent returns later.
Cool. Yeah, sorry about that. I think
All good.
I think the call got me again. But yeah, like I said, we want to be at the front page of Yahoo where everybody is saying, "Oh, is this the next Ponzi?" Like it can't actually be true. They can't actually be paying out so many rewards to their holders. APY is unheard of. Financial, institutions are upset by this organization. Like that's what we want to be. So now you guys have our end of year vision, our vision going into the next year. We'll always update along the way. And as Bogart just said, like, we would let you know if we were not making money. We would be brainstorming if we weren't making money, but we are making money. And our only goal right now is how we can make even more money for our holders. Because if anybody is an Elon fan, I drive a Tesla. I love Elon. I think he is one of my favorite billionaires. Uh, Somebody asked Elon how he makes his decisions, and Elon said that every decision he makes is based off of, will this get humanity to Mars sooner? And I always like to say, every decision we make is, will our holders reflect harder? Uh, so just wanted to leave that little tidbit before we cut out. I think we will not do questions tonight. But if you'd like to go to our Discord page, which is where we, uh, can talk with the community, like if you mention or at Nate Rivers or Vogger on our Discord, we'll always reply. So if you have any questions, or if you want to come see what our community is like, head on over to our Discord. Just be prepared for a bunch of Patrick Stars. That's kind of our reflection mascot, and will be like the main premise of the reflection collection. I'm not going to leak anything else. But yeah, Merry Christmas to everybody. Very thankful for all you degens getting on this Twitter space with us Christmas night. And I hope the holidays were amazing for you. And super excited for what's left.com. We still have about $200,000 worth of tokens left to reflect out through now in the new year. On our ACYC_reflectors page, there's still about 5 ledgers or treasures to give away. So enter that giveaway if you are not securing your capital correctly yet. And other than that, Bogger, do you have anything else you want to mention?
No, I think that's just about it. We're just really excited to ring in the New Year's, finish up with the ACYC Christmas, the CyberKongs giveaway, the VX giveaway is happening still. But we're just really, really bullish behind the scenes on, the yields that are happening. We're excited for that to be reflected in the dashboard and to provide you guys with the transparency you've been asking for. It's just a matter of logistics. As I said, there's a lot that goes into, coding that in. But that should all be up soon with the detailed reports. And yeah, thank you all for the support. I hope your bags are loaded. We're going to be reflecting harder than ever in the coming year. And this is, the ground level of the next wave of the DeFi. So Yeah, thank you guys, and we will be in the Discord whenever for any questions.